Yeah, gang. So today I forgot what the date was, but today's my dad's birthday. Oh yeah, the 15th. Today's my father's birthday, and finally he got the shipper to come out and pick up the bike today. So we're getting a few things wrapped up for him. It's not perfect. It's nothing minty and all that stuff. Is something that he's going to be happy and appreciative about, which he knew for a while now. Really, it's a lot of my old pieces for my build with my all red 350X. That's what he's getting. Is this one right here. So yeah, I just want to make this somewhat of a video of it, just a little preparation or whatever. The guy that's in North Carolina that's out this way, taking it back towards him because it's going to South Carolina. But yeah, I mean, it's by far from perfect, but a good rider quality that he wants. I know my dad loves these three-wheelers. He's the one that got me into them. He doesn't have one at the moment. He has this one, but when it gets there, it'll be in his hands. It needs quite a few things, but all the big stuff is done. We can look over it real quick and show you guys a few things I'm gonna do before the shipper comes. I showed you guys earlier, but I'll give you guys quick the rundown. I got this a while back with my wife's 86 200X. I traded a 04 CRF 450 for it. I mean, these compared to a dirt bike that I could pick up any day is nothing. See, it needs some grips. It needs a couple of gormets. It needs a better securing around where the header and the silencer meets the baffle, if you want to be specific. What else? Like, it needs little things. It needs a carrier. It needs a chain. He didn't want nothing freaking perfect. I mean, he'll love it, but who wants to abuse a perfect bike? I got the motor completely rebuilt. Got the forks rebuilt. So those are like big things you don't have to worry about. It's all here. It runs. It's never been ridden. Only did a couple of heat cycles. But the biggest problem that I spotted so far was I took the skid plate off because I was looking. We thought for some reason down here, these bolts, maybe the gasket was just bad, but it's not that. Up here on the side, there's probably a napkin here. On the side of the oil filter cover, it's leaking. I'm assuming that O-ring is bad and we need a new one. So that's easy. He can do that. I mean, if you can't do this, you can't ride, you know. You gotta just pop this pump off and then pull it off, take that ring off and clean it up. So one thing I did, it's not perfect. There's some stuff that I told him he has to do, some bolts, a couple big bolts that are broken off that one of my uncles down that way with him would get fixed for him. They'll weld a head on there and pull it right out and put a new bolt in, simple stuff. A couple of the gormets where the seat latch catches inside of there, new air filter. But overall it's there. Good bike to ride with. Trying to think of what else. Like, yeah, so one of these bolts here, I just put in there to hold it, but there's a bolt inside of there broken, so they'll get that pulled out. These plastics and everything came off my old bike, not that seat cover. My all red one that I built, I sold it, but this is the other 350X I had that I'm giving to him. It's an 85, see it right here, ATC 350X. So yeah, he will enjoy it. I know he will. I washed it up a bit. That's why it's still water drying up on the ground. Cleaned it real good because it was all full of oil down there. So we were trying to figure out where it was coming from. But good thing is just this. I had the same problem with my other engine. And yes, the motor's been fully rebuilt. Some people will be like, well, there's old bolts and stuff. We didn't get a new bolt kit. We just rebuilt everything, replaced the seals, boarded out and all that stuff. So that's that. Other than that, like, you know, he needs a rear master cylinder, which you can buy fairly cheap, stuff like that. It's nothing crazy. I just want to make this video because today's my dad's birthday. I'm not going to say his age, he's only getting younger. My birthday's coming up in 2 weeks as well, but I've always wanted to give my dad something that will mean the most to him from me. because I know if he was to get rid of it, it'll just come right back to me. This is a plastic tank, so like everything's rider quality. No point of, you know, giving a very nice bike to abuse it. He's very happy. He's treating it no different, like if he just got it off the showroom. Wife TRX is catching the camera a bit. But yeah, the guy will be here this evening. Well, I live on base, so I'm going to meet him at our local Sam's Club to make life easier, so you don't got to come through and get a pass and all that crap just to get on base and come pick it up when I could just meet him. Other than that, like, I'm ready to see my dad with it, ready to see him on it, some pictures and stuff. Eventually I'll take one of my toys down in the rider with him. We never rode three-wheelers together. We both owned them, but we never rode three-wheelers together. Throughout my high school years, middle school years, he'll get a couple here and there. He had a real OEM nice one, the same color, 85 and everything, all original. I mean, man, it was very nice. I still don't understand how it was outside. Got it for 500 bucks, never checked the oil and blew it up as soon as he got it home. He was just so excited to ride it, threw some new gas in it, and just gave it hell and then locked it all up. But you live and you learn. That was the last one I remember he had, so he sold it. Bought me one of my first dirt bikes. I think it's like my second dirt bike or so with that money. And ever since then, I said one day I'll get my own stuff, which I got. I mean, I'm very excited and happy. So whenever I see the guy, hopefully he'll let me record a bit when it's on his vehicle and whatnot. Talk to him a little bit and get this on my way to my dad. He'll get some new grips. The biggest thing he'll need as well is the front brake system, because I don't got the caliper for the front. I got the caliper for the back, but it needs rebuild. You know, I did most of the big things, like the motor is always the hugest part. I didn't powder coat or paint none of the frame or none of that mess. There's no point for all that. But he'll love it. It's really cool that, you know, it's something that I didn't just buy from someone, and I didn't buy from someone and I just give it to him with another man's work. This is me, my backyard, under my little carport backyard build, and just slap some stuff together. New bearings all the way around, new seals. I mean, I just didn't polish up nothing or freaking clean nothing like you would think. So but he's very excited. He's happy about it. Good father. I mean, that man's everything to me. I'm the third generation. He's the junior. So yeah, I mean, it means the most to me. This is a great feeling. I'm way out here in Colorado. I wish I could just take it myself, but the amount of money it'll cost in gas and all that crap, it's really not worth it. But I got plenty of toys, so one day he come, we could ride my toys together and have some fun. But I mean, that's that. Other than that, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna saran wrap around it. I drained out all the oil because that oil pump cover leaks out sometimes. And I remember having that same issue. If you look at my old videos with my 350X when I fired it up, I even had these old plastics on it. That's the crazy part. Before I turned it all red, you would think it's this bike, but it's not. It's not this bike. This is two different bikes. But it's the same issue that I had in that video, which I got to go back look and see what size O-ring and stuff I bought to make it happen. And other than that, I drained out the oil. Still a little bit of gas in there. I'm not going to pull the tank all the way off. And I'm going to leave it like that, so whenever I find out that O-ring size for him, we can get that O-ring and he can do that. I mean, it's a very simple fix, so he could do that. Other than that, man, I'm really excited to see my father on it, see what he does, a couple of pictures or whatnot. And yeah, he's very excited for it. He's been wanting this bike for a couple of months now since he knew about it. I couldn't wait till his birthday or Father's Day or none of that mess because it's too far along, you know. But yeah, when I told him I'm giving it to him, I just told him, you promised me to never sell it, and if you need to get rid of it, just come right back to me. That was our deal. Other than that, I'm gonna saran wrap this thing, and then I'm gonna remember to load it up, and when I meet the guy, to hopefully record. But I got this bike titled to my name as well, so we're good to go. But other than that, appreciate y'all watching. All right, most people don't do this, well, at least that I know of, but this is just my safe way. I mean, when you do it, you don't want to do it too tight because you'll start bending the fenders and giving them pressure, which I did a little bit, but that's okay. These aren't like original or nothing like you know, like showroom where you're like, oh my God, you're gonna give it a burn and this and that. All the fluids are out besides the tank. As you see, the cap isn't covered up, or you can just take it off, put it on or whatever, and it could breathe, the vent. I know it kind of looks funny, but this will keep people off of it. Not saying nothing about the shipper himself. I'm sure he's a great guy. He's been doing this a while, but just so you know, nobody can't mess with nothing, take nothing. I've done seen it happen to many people that I know. Last thing I'm gonna do is take some clear tape, pack of tape, go around a couple of spots. That way, if it like starts to wear off or whatnot, it won't just, you know, come completely off. Other than that, the fenders are intact. Cause I'm not sure if it's going in the back of his truck or inside an enclosed trailer or what, but nothing will just blow away or blow off. Another good tip is, besides draining the fluids and stuff, is disconnecting your wiring so they can't try to fiddle or nothing. I try to get in there and wrap it all up tight too, but this bottom of the fender's in the way a bit. But that's okay. Other than that, I know it looks funny. Maybe some of you guys are like, oh, well, that's actually not a bad idea. Other than that, taking some clear tape, going around it so it stays intact and it doesn't slowly come off or anything. Not worried about none of this. I mean, it still rolls and everything. That way I can load it, unload it. But my dad was like, you know, show them it runs and everything. It's no point, because if this wraps off, that means somebody's been fiddling with it or messing with it. And if it's a problem shipping it like this, then it shouldn't just be shipped at all. So, yep. Craig, appreciate you. My pops got one of your bars now. Thank you for that, sir. Sneak peek of the R in the background. All right, just the look over, a little goofy, you know, a little Christmas. Skid plate in there, the rear brake caliper, and a manual, all right there. It ain't going nowhere. Threw some tape on it. Gonna toss it in the truck, and then I'll meet the guy when he comes. See Pops bite back there. The back of the truck, ready to go. Just waiting for the dude to let me know he's a bit closer. We'll get it down there.
On the way out versus coming back, just because the time worked out pretty good.